It's time for chewing on wire radio. No, God! No, God!
No biting. Hey, no biting. Okay? You want me to bite you? You know that hurts, Daddy. I told you, silly. No biting, okay?
And good morning, one, and good morning, all. Thank you for tuning in to a Thursday version of the Friday Fever here on Chewing on the Wire. The reason we're doing it on Thursday, and the reason we're doing it more earlier in the morning than we usually do, is because we are pre-showing the Aftershock Festival. You know how we do it here. Anytime there's a good music festival or anything we can, hop on the end of and pre-show, etc., etc., we try to do that. And this was a very good one. So I'll tell you what. There are so many bands, etc., etc., on this one that I couldn't even get through them all. Twice I was looking on the website and to see who's in the lineup and all that stuff, and twice I just kind of straight up gave up. I was like halfway through and I'm like, there's just way too many, and the ones that I've already seen are ones that I know, or like it seems like a very good festival. As you saw, we opened up there with Slipknot, Eyeless. Hold on a second, I'm gonna sneeze. Speaking of good festivals, though, before we continue on, we do have a weather report from another festival that looks absolutely amazing. We got a man on the ground out there. We have a weather report from the Oceans Calling Festival. And like I said, the Oceans Calling Festival might be the best one, like, ever, band-wise. It's got The Killers, Bare Naked Ladies, Sublime, 3-11, Dave Matthews Band. Alright, Dave Matthews Band. And it was so good, we got a man on the ground out there. Donnie P is going to give us a weather report from the Oceans Calling Music Festival before we continue on here.
Headphone warning. This one's gonna be loud.
I'm in Ocean City. Cloudy.
Got my lollipop.
Not raining. Not like the first night. You can show it right here. The first night. No rain in Ocean City tonight. It is warm. It is nice. We are very close. Dave Matthews Band.
Alright, my apologies. I think we're good now. But anyway, we open up with Slipknot, Eyeless there. That was that song that was playing. They're a band that is going to be... Sorry, I got the sniffles after that sneeze. Man, what is going on? Allergies or something, being up this early in the morning. Anyway, Slipknot is going to be on the Aftershock Festival there, so we decided to kick it off with that one. That song specifically has been stuck in my head for a while. That one and the random noises of their song 515. So I decided to bring one that to you. And speaking of music, I don't know what the kids today would say, you know, if their parents asked or whatever. But when it comes to music today, you know, normally I don't know what's hip, I don't know what kids are into, the whole 9 yards of that. But one thing that I have to say for sure, that I know is hip, that I know everyone is into, is a band called the Dream Eaters. Specifically a song called I Am Bleeding Internally.
I am bleeding internally and also externally. What did you do to me? There's no air in my lungs, and I'm crying on the floor of a Walmart store. Crying on the floor of a Walmart store. I don't even know who I am anymore. My blood is all over the floor.
And that's just one of those things. I don't care what you say, I don't care who you are. This music is bumping, and I know everyone is secretly listening to it, whether you see it on their Spotify playlist or iHeart playlist, whatever it may be, or they just secretly have the CD in the little compartment under the radio, or maybe above where you put your sunglasses. Everyone has the Dream Eaters. This is secretly like the biggest band in the world, but no one will admit it. And that's the problem. It's just such a gigantic band that everyone knows no one wants to be. Everyone wants to be original, you know what I mean? So no one will admit it, but get into it if you're not.
Crying on the floor of a Walmart store. I don't even know who I am anymore. My blood is all over the floor. Murder me and fuck my skull. Put my body in a vat of acid. Put my brain into a jar. Show it to your friends. Bring my teeth to the dentist, but the dentist doesn't want them. So light them on fire and leave them on his car. Murder me, watch me die, my life.
And that one, as you can probably surmise, is called Murder Me and F My Skull. But yeah, I just really felt like with this new setup we got going here, and I can play music easier because, you know, we're in our studio, etc., rather than being on the road where I have to like plug in everything afterwards and put it exactly where it is and kind of like mix the whole thing as I'm trying to freaking talk. I figured I'd do some musical exploration this morning. So that's the Dream Eaters. If you're into that, which I know you are after hearing Murder Me and F My Skull, give my teeth to the dentist. If he doesn't want them, put them on his car. You're clearly into this. You're clearly enticed, if not aroused. But anyway, to get on to my normal jib-jabbering, we got about half an hour here to cover, as per usual on the show. First things first, let's take a look at the notes. So, well, I guess this kind of goes with what I was just, you know, doing with music exploration. I really don't like, and sorry if the people listening to this for the pre-show for the Aftershock Festival, you know, get offended by this maybe, but I'm really, like, not into people who are, like, only hyper fixated or hyper into, like, one specific music taste type of situation, or people, like, you know, you're into whatever you want, you do your thing. Maybe you do only have, you know, allegiance to one music taste, but there's people, and you know what I mean, you can pick them out, that are like, I'm only into this group, into this kind of music, because they're not sellouts. It's like, shut up. Like, again, I guess this is the reason I'm on this side of the microphone and you're not type of situation, but it's like, I'm into like every possible kind of music you can imagine. My favorite band's Green Day. In my phone right now, got a couple hits from 5 Seconds of Summer, Genesis, AJR's Maybe Man album went hard. Like, it's 21 Pilots, Slipknot. As you see, we have our catalog of Slipknot inside of my favorite songs list and all that. You know, like, it's, listen to whatever you want, and or like, what is it called? There was a certain term that turned me onto this that I heard people talking about. Guilty pleasures, hidden pleasure, something like that. It was like, it shouldn't be though. If it's a good song, like, that's such a dumb term. I feel like it was someone was like, yeah, I listen to Taylor Swift as my guilty pleasure. Like, what the hell? If it's a good song, that's just weird. And speaking of which, then someone asked what was mine. It's a hard one. Who do I have? Things that you may not expect me to be into. Gosh. A lot of people say Stevie Nicks, but I feel like that wouldn't be, if you know me, that wouldn't be a surprise, because it's like, Fleetwood Mac is in the playlist, so then, like, why wouldn't I be into Stevie Nicks, you know, solo stuff, all that kind of thing. I'm trying to think, because I feel like there was some, like, pop artist or something that I was surprised. Obviously, like I said, I don't label anything as, it's too early in the morning for me to be doing this show. Holy crap. What was the word I did? Guilty pleasure? I don't label anything as that, because if it's a good song, it's a good song, and I just add it in here. But, trying to... No, that wasn't it. I just really wanted to play that for you. I feel like that doesn't get enough radio time. The song Meow by LVUSM, Livism, something like that. I don't know, I could sit here for hours and go through what may or may not be, I don't know. But the point being, that was a quick statement, but that was just a point. You know, if you've listened to the show before, you know how it goes. Some things just grind my gears, and I just have to sound off, you know, just real quick. I don't have a whole lot to say, you know, on that topic, but I just gotta say something, because I think that's dumb. Like, there's a hell of a lot of music out there, a hell of a lot of pop music that's really catchy, and, like, I'm gonna listen to it, you know. Let's give someone else a little bit of playtime here, because I just found another song, speaking of, you know, pop and...
Shut up, count your calories. I never look good in mom jeans. Wish I was like you, blue-eyed blondie, perfect body. Maybe I should try harder. You should lower your expectations. I'm no quick to Barbie. I was never cut out for prom queen. If I get bored ready, do you think he will like me? Dissect my insecurities.
That one was called Prom Queen by Beach Bunny. Beach Bunny's been putting out some freaking hits. Donnie P over there, Mr. Donovan, had one of their songs on some playlist. And I heard it and kind of went down that rabbit hole. They're putting out some freaking hits. And that's another one of those that I've played for some other people. And they're like, oh, it's too poppy for me. I'm more into punk rock. Like, well, can't argue with that as my favorite band is Green Day. But, that's just like whatever music sounds good. I have that, like, catchy bug where it's like, even SOH complains, you know, our co-host that's here sometimes, complains about AJR, like, they're trying to be 21 Pilots. It's like, I don't think you rip off stuff from other people. I think their live show is just trying to do exactly what 21 Pilots does. But, like, there may be man albums that fucking bop. Wow, I just swore, so I'm probably gonna get in trouble with the iHeart thing, but I don't care, whatever. We're on YouTube. If you're watching this video, that's where the good stuff is. It's on YouTube. They don't care. But, yeah. I just wanted to share that. I wanted to call everyone that has one specific taste in music an absolute idiot. And I think you're a worthless piece of crap if you think that way. And I use strong words to make sure you get really mad at me, and then you start texting in the show, etc., etc., and then I get more gumption from that, and, you know, like, because whether it's positive or negative feedback, it just counts as, you know, views and interactions with the show. So whether or not I actually think that, you may never know. But I just like calling people out because then that gets them really mad, and then I get really big interaction. And then I get more airtime, so... you know how it be. You know how it be. You get the hustle. Figure it out. Figure out your hustle. You get it. There are so many people probably listening to the show for the first time, like, wow, this dude's a D-bag. Or they didn't read the comedic informative, like, whoa. Oh, I thought the whole mic stand just broke there. Alright, what are we doing? Expensive shoe culture. Let me just rant about something else real quick. I can't figure this thing out, alright? Expensive shoe culture. I'm, like, trying to make eye contact with the camera here, since we're doing a stream, but, like, I can't figure this out. It keeps dipping and dodging, then I feel like I'm not close enough. I feel like I'm not close enough to the microphone. Okay, anyway. What are you talking about? Expensive shoe culture. It's really dumb. That's another group of people I want to call friggin' idiots. Expensive shoe culture. Like, I understand the style. You want something that looks good. You know, you don't want to wear wooden concave clogs all day. But, like, shoes are meant to protect your feet from the ground and, like, the animal crap that's hiding in the grass. If you're spending $1,200 on shoes, like, you can go right ahead and just fold up all the money you have and then flush it down the toilet, because that's basically the same thing. And then they're like, they can't be creased, they can't be dirty. Shoes are meant to protect your feet from the elements and, like, animal crap outside. So, like, what do you mean they can't get dirty? They were made to be a long-lasting, durable thing. So your feet don't get dirty and don't get, you know, you don't step on a nail and get hepatitis or something like that. They are meant to get super dirty, super creased, and then you're healthy because you didn't stick your foot in animal crap. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just my generation talking, because I don't. And what brought me onto that was because I was walking through a shoe store a couple days ago. My back was just absolutely, like, I've been wearing Vans and Converse and all that stuff for as long as you can imagine, because, you know, that was just my kind of style. You know, I didn't cheap secondhand Converse, whatever, you know, spent 20, maybe $30. I felt like I was going in the hole when I was spending like 35 or 40 on them. But as you age, as you start doing stuff, as you start lifting stuff, as you start doing other things, start walking more than you have before, my back just started giving out. So I'm like, I need to get real shoes. I got a cave. And I went to Dick's, I went to, you know, like a Nike store, and I'm looking for shoes, and it's like the most basic, just like white Nike shoes. And then it's like bottom line $134, and I'm like, there's no effing way. Like, you're a freaking clown if you're spending that kind of money. Like, there's no shot. There's no way. And then it was like, you go to the back and get like the ones that weren't older generations or whatever, and it was like $1,200, something like that. $554 for like a pair of blue or black and red ones or something like that. So we settled on $40 Pumas, and I still had to like open my banking app and be like, can I do this week? Not because of a severe lack of money or anything, but because I am not spending significant money on a pair of rubber and, wool laces to make sure my feet don't get plastered in dog crap and, safe from the elements. Like, it's one of those, like, sorry, there's a bug for everyone watching the live stream. There's, what do you call it? I'm losing that bug. You see how my morning ADHD brain is. That bug really threw me off. But, yeah. It was like, go look at how, like, some of the old shoes were. They were just, like, a solid color and, like, rubber, and it was, like, as long as it protected your feet, it's good. Now it's, like, because there's a Nike swoosh on them, $1,200. Like, no. That the crease thing is what really threw me, because it's, like, just normal human wear and tear. They're gonna get creased, because that's just how shoes are, you know what I mean? When you sit there, like, I sit in chairs, kind of like office chairs or bar stool type of chairs, like a whole lot down here, and you kind of roll your toes up on the little foot holder, the foot rail thing. They like won't do that. Like I've seen the kids, they have to like walk in a specific way with their back all the way straight and completely flat-footed, almost like they're marching, because they're like, I can't get creases in these. I spent $1,200 on them. Like, come on, man, dude. Again, I'm gonna break down shoes to their essence. They're meant to protect your feet from the dog crap in your yard. Like, $40 max. I spent, like I said, 40 or 50, and I was like about to lose it. I was about to call the bank and file for bankruptcy because I had to spend $50 on Puma shoes, like for the back support and all that crap like that. Alright, so to get into some more local stuff here, Cleveland Browns being self-destructive. What I have in my notes is basically like just the whole getting rid of Baker Mayfield situation, just for what reason. I thought he was nothing but a great quarterback, and then everyone made fun of me for having, 3 of his jerseys, that whole 9 yards of that. And I can't, this is one of those I wish I had more, like a better memory when it comes back to why we got rid of Baker Mayfield. There was 1 or 2 bad games or something, and then everyone was up on his junk, like freaking out. Oh, we gotta get rid of this guy, blah, 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 he sucks, blah, 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 basically, like, talked him out of this team, out of the state, out of the stadium, whatever it may be. He's in Tampa Bay having a good old time now. I was just watching a little Amazon sports thing on him doing, like, messing with some of the team and some of the fans, going undercover pretending he was a fan, and it turned out he was Baker Mayfield, that whole thing. Then when it came to Joe Flacco, someone who was able to just plug and play in our system, and then they didn't re-sign him, didn't bother entertaining him a second year because Watson had a lot of money invested into him, and so they let him walk. For a dude that like hasn't played in 3 or 4 seasons or something, you just let that dude walk, and now we have Watson who can't figure his crap out and is STB, poop in the bed, but obviously STB, SHITTING, the bed. The reason that I put in there self-destructive Browns is like, I feel like the past 2 quarterbacks have done very, very well, and it's just like we can't be content with getting to the playoffs 1 touchdown away from the championship series and then saying we'll try again next year. No, it's got to be like we're gonna slash everything and then restart, and then it ends up sucking the next year. Like, why could we not just keep Mayfield? Why could we not just keep Flacco? Football's a business in essence, so I know there's a lot of money wrapped up in Watson, but it's just one of those situations, like, the Browns can never just be content with being good, because they were good the past since 2020, I'd say, 3 or 4 years. And then every year that they only get to the playoffs, they only get to the divisional round. They only get to one touchdown away from the championship game. They have to, like, readjust the whole system. And it's just... This is what I was talking about in our last episode of saying, obviously I'm more of a college football fan, but this is one of those situations where the Browns are an expansion franchise. And honestly, they're so mismanaged. They're so badly managed, poorly managed. I wouldn't mind just getting rid of the football team. I don't need a football team. I don't need an NFL team in Cleveland. Because if it's not going to be, like, someone who knows what they're doing, is, I guess, the simplest way of putting that, I don't need an NFL team in Cleveland. I don't need it. I just don't need an NFL. This is horrible. This is embarrassing. And you can tell it's mismanaged because every time they get to, you know, where they should be that season. Like in 2020, it was like we were going all win 16, you know, a couple years ago. And we're in the divisional round and we lost by, you know, what was it, 1 touchdown or something to the Chiefs. 5 points, I think it was actually, to the Chiefs. You know, try again next year. Nope. It was like, get rid of quarterback. He's clearly the problem. It's just this whole 9 yards of, like, they're just self-destructive. And clearly, whoever is running that franchise doesn't know what they're doing. Because they just get a quarterback that was good at one point and wants a lot of money and try to plug and play him. And then when he sucks, they keep him on for 3 more years. Like, it's... This franchise doesn't know what they're doing. And to just further piss off my friends from Cleveland, where we're, you know, originally from, because I know we are streaming in Sacramento, California right now to pre-show the Aftershock Festival, but to further piss off my friends in Cleveland, the Cleveland Guardians, they're just not meant for this playoff thing. I don't think. And regardless of, even if they end up winning this series against the Tigers, which I don't know that they will, I think they're just too young. It's just like, because you see how they are during the season. They win 100-something games. Well, no, that's a lie. They didn't win 100 this year. But they do very well throughout the season. But, like, that's because they have all this time to work. If you look at how they were, like, series by series, they'd win 3, lose 4, lose 2 more. Win 3, win 3, win 2, lose 4, lose 4. Like, you know what I mean? There's very little constant consistency, if that makes sense, in my opinion. Look at all the Chicago White Sox series, for example. You know, every time the Guardians play the White Sox. If you don't know, the Guardians have a losing record against the Chicago White Sox, the worst team in baseball this year. It's just, they're not, and I think it's just an age thing. It has been 2 years, I believe, since they all came up, you know, started vibing together, about to go into year 3. Maybe year 3 or 4, because as you see what we've done so far in year 4, great record during the regular season. I just don't think they're built to, you know, win 3 straight games or, like, win 4 without giving up 3. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think they're built like that. So I'm not... I wish they'd get to the World Series before these players on this team started fading away, going somewhere else, because they are an amazing group and clearly got their, you know, got their heads in the sky type of thing, like in a good way, not a bad way. I know that can be used sometimes as like they suck, but no, they're doing very well. But I just don't think they're built for, like, you saw what happened with Class A. It's one of those, like, can pitch 3 or 4 days in a row, whatever, shut out, and then it's like, or can pitch 3 days in a row, you know, shut out, just one for that 4th day, gives up 3 runs. It's just like the consistency in the pitch calling, etc., everything you can imagine. It's just not there. It's not there yet, at least. With that being said, before, do we have anything? What else are we getting into? I think we might do a little bit more music exploration here in a minute. Or for the next couple minutes here, we can do some music exploration. So to kick that off also, because my tummy is grumbling, so I need a quick break here. We're going to put on a song for you. What song are we going to put on? We're going to put on a song called Alone Home by our home band, Last Alive. So enjoy this while I take a quick break.
Something that I gotta do today. There's no one that I wanna see today. There's nothing left for me to do today. 'Cause I'm just alone. I'm just alone. I'm just alone without you. 'Cause I'm just alone. I'm just alone. I'm just alone without you. Just alone, I'm just alone without you. 'Cause I'm just alone, I'm just alone, I'm just alone without you. We are the last ones that warned ya. On Perfect Street to California, and everybody is freaking out. 'Cause we're the last alive. Gotta make it out alive. Last alive. Gotta make it out alive. Last alive. Gotta make it out alive. From Sunshine Beach to Manitoba, and everybody is freaking out. We are the last alive. Gotta make it out alive. Last alive. Gotta make it out alive. Last alive. Gotta make it out alive. Last alive. Gotta make it out on time.
Alright. So that first song was called Alone Home by Last Alive. The second one was the self-titled song called Last Alive by the band Last Alive. And I am being told we have hit our 30-minute mark! Not that that's a giant accomplishment, because, you know, we're supposed to be on here for 30 minutes. But I'm just letting y'all know we hit our mark, so we got to get going. That's the great thing about this show. I feel like we barely talked about anything, and like I was just grumbling along the whole time, but apparently that was 30 minutes of me giving my opinion in a strong manner. But I'm going to leave you with a question / a statement that I didn't get to because I wasn't sure what I thought about it yet. I have it in my notes as something, you know, we should talk about, but I wasn't sure. How long should you wait till you start dating again after a long term? And they put the word, because this was a question you asked us in our texts after our last episode. How long should you wait till you start dating again after a long-term serious relationship? And if I could second that with the question, how long should you wait till you have a kid with the guy you start dating immediately after a long-term serious relationship ends? There's a double-on question for you. I'll let you think about that, though. That is it. Oh, I'm running behind here. I'm running behind. I didn't get our exit music queued up. That one's on me this time. So much going. It's too early in the morning for me to be doing this, but anyway. We're gonna... Alright, we're ready. That's it. Thank you for tuning in. As you know me by, I am Skids, in case I didn't say that again this morning. I keep forgetting to introduce myself, and everyone's like, who's this dude talking? I'll try to remember to do that better next time. for SOH, Donnie P, everyone else on the team, thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time on Chewing on the Wire Radio.